Hello again, folks. I am Blunty, and this is the first video for the new year. It's about this, which is the Instax Mini 90. No, wait, the Instax Neo Classic Mini 90 thingy. Well, it's one of those instant cameras, but this one's really, really clever. It's got a bunch of powerful tools in there so you can have fun and be creative and just basically have a playground, as opposed to the other Instax, like the Mini 8 model that I've got, or the 7S or the 7 that you may be familiar with, which are just basically party cameras. You go point, click, flash, boom, it's gone. This one is, if you are the photographer in your life, or you have a photographer in your life, this is the one that you want to get to play with, because this has controls and abilities and tweaks and fiddly bits, and you can play and do long exposures and bulb modes and double exposures, and well. And I was going to do that thing where I repost the DigiDirect TV episode to this channel, because a lot of people have been asking me about this as well, because a few of you know I had it because I posted about it on Twitter when I got it, just before Christmas. But I thought what instead I would do in this video is sort of make it a companion and show you a bunch of shots that I didn't have room for in the original review video, where I was just talking about the hardware basically. So now we're going to have a look at some of the test shots I did while fiddling around with this new camera. First one here, I think this is one of the very first shots I actually took, and as you can see, there's a little black spot here right in the sun. That is a sort of a signature mark of these Instax cameras. If you get sort of something that's very, 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 very overexposed, like the sun, for example, you'll get a mysterious black spot there. But, we're talking about instant cameras and a little credit card size thing, and they're all fully analog, so whereas that would really bother me in a digital camera, here it's just, it's just a part of the process, really. It's not going to ruin any shot, really, because you're not going to hang these on a gallery wall, are you? Anyway, so let's go through what we have here. Just testing the dynamic range here, so I've got some shadows and some full sun and stuff. Just a statue, which one of the statues in the local botanical gardens I often take shots of, actually, for testing cameras, because I love stone texture, basically. Here's another one, testing out sort of a, what's the word I'm looking for, gradations in the blues there. I love this is another shot I tend to take a lot with cameras when I'm testing them. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, the sun's just rising, so you get these lovely tonal ranges across this water here and reflections, and it looks kind of cool. Probably should have taken it in landscape now that I really think about it, but hey, it works for what it was. Some flowers there, it's kind of boring. Landscape one here, a cruise ship coming into the harbour, which is a little bit overexposed, very, very white, because it's sort of well, you don't have a lot of control over exposure. You don't get to, see what you're going to take before you take it, as with a digital camera. So if I wasn't just testing it, I might have taken that one again and used the exposure compensation modes on the Instax there, which is the first for the Instax Mini 90 of any Instax camera. I would have maybe knocked it down a bit to see if I can get that a little bit crisper. Just a standard street shot, shooting from the hip. Kind of nice little sort of a street action there. I don't know what to call it. This one. This is the bulb exposure mode, and I got this, as I said, just before Christmas, so this was some Christmas lights or a Christmas tree of some description. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah. Held the button down for like a second or two, really, and just sort of swirled the camera around, just sort of turned it around in my hand while pointing it. That was a Christmas tree. Now I remember what it was, because I remember taking it now, because I did the swirly circular effect, which came out really kind of cool, and I kind of like that one, sort of mysterious. Double exposure time now. Statue in one location, and this little, what are they, lantern things? I forget what they call those in the Chinese gardens, but yeah, double exposure. Didn't test a lot of those because I don't know why. I really should do more double exposure on it, because it's one of the funner features of the new Instax Mini 90. But yeah, that came out really cool. I kind of like that one. First time I tried it, nailed it. I'm awesome. More long exposure stuff, vertical this time. Sorry, horizontal. Well, maybe I did do it vertical. I can't obviously tell. Yeah, just swept in one direction across a Christmas tree again, and just some wonderful, wonderful colours in that one. That's what I really love about that one. They sort of just beautiful, beautiful, very nonsensical, but beautiful. On this, I think the next few are from a photo walk I took as part of one of the Google Plus community group things. A bunch of local photographers I know, and really, really nice people, and a lot of fun to go out at night and have a bit of a pub crawl and a photo shoot with. So these are a few images from that gathering. That one was, she's probably going to hate me for I won't say her name, so you can't look her up and tease her about it. If you know who that is already, you can tease her about it, but yeah, I kind of snuck up on her. This was after many, many drinks, so I just crawled towards her and went flash right in her face, and it's not particularly flattering. She's a much more attractive woman than this photo would lead you to believe. Sorry about that, dearie. Yeah, and that that hideous face is just the hideous face this man pulls when he pulls out a camera. He wasn't aware that he pulled any particular face when he pulls his camera up to his face, but he does. So he's not an attractive man with a camera in front of his face. There we are again. And, oh, there's a selfie using the shiny shutter button. I mentioned this in the review, but that shutter button on the front there is highly polished, so if you can see yourself in it when you're doing a selfie, you know you're going to be in frame. And as you can tell, it works perfectly. And the flash is really nicely balanced for doing selfies as well. With the Instax Mini 8 that I have, this kind of shot will often come out overexposed on the face and stuff. But with the Mini 90, the exposure metering is just spot on. That's a really nice drunken selfie from an Instax camera, at least. Oh, this was a fire twirler, fire spinner, whatever you want to call him. Oh, and you can see the coloured frames. I think we saw a few earlier, but I didn't mention it. But yeah, you can get packs with coloured frames, and some with dots on them, and some with character prints, and this was just the rainbow colour pack one. So this was a bulb exposure mode, so I just held down the shutter, balanced the camera on my knee to try and get it steady, and this was him spinning the fire around. And just another guy from the photo walk looking at me kind of suspiciously and slyly. And oh, as you can tell, if you're a Sydney signer, you can tell what bar I was at when I took that one. And what do we have here? Which way up is this going? That way. I think this was an attempt at a long exposure or double exposure. I can't tell, especially not looking through the camera lens trying to see these. No, that's just another from the hip portrait there, party mode kind of thing. And here is a long exposure of some city lights, so you see you can get that lovely streaky reflections of lights that you get from long exposuring some water with city lights bouncing off it. You get this lovely smooth streaks that look really cool. I could have gone longer on that one, I think, but I think that was the that was what, 4 or 5 seconds worth. I can't remember, but yeah, I could have gone longer on that one to get more detail out of it. The fire spinner again didn't work so well, that one. It's just sort of disappeared into a great gulf of fire basically. But if you look closely at the crowd, there's some great sort of motion blur in the crowd there. Long exposure on some Santas that were in the water, which kind of turned out kind of nice. Again, you get that lovely reflection on the water. Captain Smugface of Smug City. Yeah, these weren't all mine, but I drank at least that many that night. We got quite hammered. A few early morning shots to finish off. So this was pre-dawn, before the sun was up. So I wanted to see how well it went in sort of low light. So the sun is still below the horizon at this point, and as you can see, it coped really nicely. That is exactly the shot I was trying to get out of it. I think I even pulled the exposure down another notch so I can make sure I get these all black instead of it trying to expose and winding up losing some of the sky detail. But that worked really well. That one, the sun is just about to come over the horizon. Those of you who watch a lot of my camera reviews will see this shot appear a lot as well. I love taking this shot at sunrise as the sun's coming right up behind this giant crane. It's wonderful for checking detail because you can zoom into the crane there and see how crispy all those little bits of metal are. But in this case, it's just a really nice shot, and you get a sort of lovely vignette around here. The camera doesn't naturally vignette. This is just the nature of where the light was coming from and how I exposed it on this case. But yeah, just fantastic. One of my favourite shots of that particular crane that I've taken over the last few months, as a matter of fact. And I love that crane. It's brilliant for taking photos. Another one there didn't come out as well. I think I overexposed that one too much, so we lost a lot of that gradation of detail in the sky. And that one I just took like 5 minutes ago when I was recording the 2-camera piece for the actual review. So that's just the stock standard mode. As you can see, the flash went off and threw the camera shadow against my wall there. You can see, so, whoops, bumped the microphone there. A couple of my other cameras sitting on shelves back there, and my ring light, roto ring light shining up my face. And oh, that's that. That was yeah, I'm not sure whether that was very interesting to you guys, but that was a good variety of very different kinds of shots. Everything from sort of pre-dawn to sunrise to, you know, nights out at the pub to landscapes to indoor stuff, and yeah, long exposure bits and pieces. So I think between all that, you will have got a really nice idea about the capabilities of the results that come out from the Instax Mini 90. Now, if you haven't already seen it, I suggest you go over to the DigiDirect TV channel. There'll be a link in the description and probably in a what do they call them here? Annotation is the word I'm looking for. It'll be linked somewhere around or near this video, depending on where you see it posted, that you can go watch and sort of get the rundown of the hardware itself. So that's that. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time. And here's to an awesome 2014, huh, gang? Oh, and another thing, see how that shutter button there is all shiny and mirror polished? You can use that to frame yourself up when you're doing a selfie. I've tried it, it works brilliantly. So as long as you can see yourself sort of centered in that